Jamie?
What?
Sorry, I got pissy because it's like, I'm done with the other method and we're still farting around with this one.
Whether or not Adam and Jamie's timer issues get sorted is being kept under wraps.
It made it through!
But we can say that this season, failure's not always the option.
This season, we take on a story called What is Bomb-Proof? The myth is that if two identical explosions go off at exactly the same time and you're standing right in the middle between them, do you survive because the blast pressures cancel each other out?
The key part of this experiment rested on the two explosions going off perfectly simultaneously.
Wow.
Not to the millisecond, but to the microsecond. But in this instance, and I don't know who or what was smiling down on us, but literally the first test we did, those two explosions went off perfectly at the same time. We even checked the high speed, and it was like one frame to the next, precisely.
It's kind of crazy. That was probably something like a 1 in a million shot, and we got it right on the very first go.
In this final season sneak peek, we've seen there'll be some incredible highs.
Yeah!
And some predictable lows. But for this season, it's also the case that the gloves are off.
Oh. This final season is about as diverse a season as we have ever made.
It's time for Zombie!
But for one episode this season, we decided to break the rules and cut loose a little bit. Groovy.
Yeah, after almost 1,000 myths, there's one episode in this rundown where the showrunner says, Jamie, you're always wanting to do stuff just because you find it interesting. Well, here's your chance.
No myths, no movie scenes, no urban legends, just Jamie getting the green light to tackle something he's interested in. What he chooses to tackle is about 11 kinds of awesome.
Yep, cars, physics, and info. Jamie chooses to find out if you can ever flatten a car with a massive amount of explosive. And right from the get-go, he's already in his element.
Look at him. Sometimes I think that Jamie is the human equivalent of a hermit crab. Like a hermit crab can't survive outside its shell, but it doesn't make its shell. It has to go find it. I think in an alternate universe, if you gave Jamie the choice, he would choose the hard shell of a piece of earth-moving equipment to exist in 100% of the time.
Having primed the bomb range, Jamie does a series of small-scale tests, some of which work well.
Yeah.
And some of which go out of control.
Whoa. I don't think they've landed yet.
But eventually, he figures out a plan for full scale, and the guys head to their home away from home.
There's our setup.
It's perfect.
At NMT, the setup was really pretty elaborate, with I-beams and large sheets of steel. You mean come up and over? Not to mention a real hefty amount of explosives. All that stuff was great, but what's really meaningful to me about this kind of thing is that these experiments are adventures. You never know where they're going to lead. Some people climb mountains, we blow it up. What are you going to do?
It's interesting, but there's a lot of episodes we do that Jamie is just not that interested. Star Wars, take it or leave it.
I really don't get why you're into these things.
Laws of attraction, just a little bit awkward.
Hello, angels.
Hi, Jamie.
But this time, we saw a side of Jamie we had never seen before. He was excited. He approached it with gusto. He tried multiple iterations, and he was even giggling between. This is what it turns out Jamie had always wanted, to just be free.
No.
Of course, we're not going to reveal the result of the car carnage now.